Welcome back to the couch. Have we reached peak camera? Is a conversation that I've seen happening in a lot of different places all at once. Uh, and what's interesting, I think the new OM3, you guys, if you're new to the channel, you may not know, but I quite love Olympus. I think Olympus as a brand, a little shaky these days. Their business direction, or not knowing what their business direction is, and that's us from the outside in, right? As enthusiasts and professionals, but also, um, I think Olympus has an amazing product. The size of their cameras, the feel of them, the weight. They're so small. They're so light. They're so compact. The lenses are great. The lenses are cheap. Like if you're a travel photographer, crazy. You like to go backpacking and hiking, crazy. And looking at a lot of the backlash that Olympus got for their new OM3, which was essentially just like a repackaged, I don't know, what was it, an EM5, which is no slouch. Still a great camera, and it's got that vintage look for it, which everyone loves. But when Olympus does it, everyone's like, "Oh, I don't know, there's no grip." Like, I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever shot with a Fuji X100 V4, 5, 6. Ain't no grip on that, fam. Um, I think Olympus is a great case study for this question of have we reached peak camera. I like to start the conversation with photo quality. Uh, if there's no reason when I go into the office, I drive into Brooklyn once a week to go to work, and right on the BQE, I always pass this big billboard shot on iPhone. Like Apple's paid for this billboard to be there, what seems like 10 years now. And fam, fam. And I don't want to get into the technical minutia of, yeah, but they got all type of lights. And like, listen, if Apple can run a shot on billboard ad with photos taken from an iPhone on a billboard, I want to hear about micro four thirds sensor size. Like, it's such a moot point. And it's annoying that we as photographers, be it enthusiasts and professional, we play into the marketing game. We play into the consumerism, the capitalism. We don't play our game. Our game is the end result. And whatever tool it is that you use to get that end result is totally okay. And Olympus has a place. Olympus, my EM5 Mark II is my daily carry, because when I leave the house, I have an iPad, I have a laptop, I have a few other little knickknacks, everyday carries. As a gentleman, you gotta have some stuff in your bag. And my Olympus. Sometimes I take my Fuji, my X-T2, but with my Olympus, for the same weight as my Fuji, somebody trying to tell me to shut the F up. Um, the the same size of my Fuji, I can take a 50 millimeter equivalent lens, a 24 millimeter equivalent lens, and a 45 millimeter equivalent lens. That is a hell of a kit to have. And I got a little Godox flash in case I need some on-camera flash or speed light to just lighten up a scene, or put some catch light in someone's eyes that I'm taking a portrait of. And I find that to be so appealing, and not just in theory. It's happened multiple times where, oh, okay, you need a passport photo, get against that white wall. I'll take my 12 off and I'll put on my 45, which is an 85 millimeter equivalent. Like, and then there's like the photo quality, right? Like, outside of the fact that, let's just all do the math about what we're looking to achieve and get the proper tool to do so. Let's not look at what everyone else's tool does and then make up excuses to why one tool sucks over the other. But then you look at image quality. I don't know. My Olympus is one I have now is 24 megapixels, right? Because I had the EM10. I think that was 20. It's 24 megapixels. Like, I don't. What do I care, right? For 4 years, I ran my photography business with my Sony A7 II. That's a 24 megapixel camera, different sensor size, but whatever, right? And you look at Sony today with a lot of the stack sensors that they're releasing, they're still 24 megapixels. Like, there's nothing wrong with 24 megapixels. If you can't make 24 megapixels work, it's literally you're like in this small percentage of like needs as a photographer. You're printing billboards or some crazy like there's a very small world where 24 can't work. Is it nice to have 33, 50? Sure. My camera that I'm shooting this on now is the A7 IV, and that's 33 megapixels. Do I notice the difference? Yes. Only when I need to crop something in. And that's not too often because you get it right in camera. There's a reason I'm running with a 28 to 75 lens, because I'm composing correctly the first time. So I don't really care to crop in. But it is nice to have it, but it's not like, come on. And then we've got these tools out there. We've got Lightroom has the AI upscaling, the resolution upscaling, which works quite well. Topaz has got that. Like, there's so many ways to make your images larger. Like, the megapixel count these days really isn't that big of a deal. And then there's the video quality. Again, going back to the iPhone, every year Apple does what Apple does, and the quality gets a little better. Actually, I think the quality in the camera, the quality in the phones these days are really amazing. The only reason I don't really use a phone for creating video is because of this, what you're seeing. I'm shooting on a 28 to 75 right now, and I've got it racked all the way in to 75. So I like that depth of field. I like that look that long lenses give, and that's something that's very difficult for phones to do, to reproduce. But whatever, fam. Do I need 8-bit, 10-bit? Probably not. I'm not shooting anyone's Netflix video. Like, this is what I'm doing. Or I'm capturing videos of my daughter running around the house, so the Osmo Pocket is good enough. There are people out there that's you use an Osmo Pocket, that's blasphemy. Like, it's what are we doing? What are we doing? Does it shoot 4K? Beautiful. Does it shoot 24? Can I get 60 out of it for some slow motion if I need to? I'm happy. All the other stuff, I don't care. And then there's the conversation. I had a video on this very recently on a channel that was around security features. I really feel like there's a lot these companies can be doing to secure our products, be it locking the serial number to an account, locking the lens to a body, and like, so if things are stolen, then it essentially just bricks it. And that stands to deter would-be thieves from stealing stuff. If they know it's going to be useless anyway, then we can all be safer as photographers, right? We've seen that in the cell phone world. So I think there's some stuff we can do there. But then outside of that, there's general usability features. Man, I think we got so much that's going on right now in terms of features. Like, the cameras can do skin smoothing, and it's had that for a while. They've got like 5 stops of image stabilization. Like, I don't know. They've got zebras. They got all type of phase, but like, I don't know what else we need. I don't know what else we're asking for. And I say all that to say I kind of land in the middle. Have we reached peak camera? I think we have, for the things people ask that question about. And these things are the superficial, bigger sensor. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to hear about your Sony with 50 megapixels because you still don't got a medium format. So you're still a clown. The things you clown Olympus about. And then there's so many people out. There's this subsection that loves Fuji. I love Fuji. It's APS-C. It ain't no full frame. I don't hear any noise. There's a whole group of people out there that love the A6700, 6800. They love that line of camera from Sony. That's the APS-C. You ain't shooting on full frame. You ain't shooting on medium format. So why are we punching down to micro four thirds? Meanwhile, Apple's out here selling millions of phones under the pretense that you're going to make a Netflix movie with it. So yes, I think we reach peak camera in terms of photo quality and video quality. Not so much that it can't get better. It'll always get better. But like, why? Why? More megapixels doesn't change the outcome. Get off your ass and go create. It doesn't change you knowing how to capture a moment, capture an emotion, shape light, capture light. It didn't change any of that. Like, these things at this point in the game, I don't think they matter. They become nice to haves, but I don't think they matter. The security features, we have not reached peak camera because there's a lot to be invested there. There's a lot to be improved there. And also the current onslaught of content ownership, content authenticity, with the onslaught of AI here, I think there's a lot. I'm putting that under security as well, right? Like, there's a lot that I think Leica does something. So I read an article, but I didn't quite grab it. I could probably do some research on it. I think there's a lot left for these companies to protect the copyright and the photographers, the artists, and our gear and the photos that our gear produces. So I'm not willing to say we've reached peak camera yet, but I think we're all getting sidetracked. We are creating this snowball effect that's in favor of the companies, not our craft. Should be the other way around. And I get it. I watch all the same YouTubers you guys watch, and I sit there and watch these gear reviews like anybody else, and like, oh yeah, that's nice. Oh, this one's got 12 elements and 15 blades. Right? Like, the way I look at it these days, that's all cool. Like, Zeiss just came out. I'm on the market for a 50 millimeter. Not on the market, but I'm thinking about getting me a nice 50 millimeter, something that'll stand the test of time. And Zeiss is always on that list. And they came out with a new BL Batis. It's a $2,500 50 millimeter lens. Are you going to tell me that that's going to drastically change the quality of my photos? I'm willing to take that fight that it ain't. Thank you so much for your time. It is the most valuable resource that we have. And I'm always happy that you join me here on the couch for a quick chat and some food for thought. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel, subscribe. I'd love to have you. My name is Ramon, and I'm out of here. Peace.